Hey guys, Brian with Team JTR.Spartacus here, and it's a beautiful sunny day. We're gonna get JTR.Spartacus naked, so stay tuned for some scandalous naked pics. We'll also get some mirrors, some Jpeggz mirrors, and show you a cart made out of PVC for the door. So a lot of stuff going on in this episode. Stay tuned. So we see Gracie from Team JTR.Spartacus enjoying the warm weather, and the windows are closed and doors are closed, and that's all stuffy. So step one to removing your doors is power windows. Let's go ahead and put all the windows down. Okay, the windows are all down. Next thing, I keep the little toolkit that Jeep gave you right here. So we're gonna pull that out. There's actually instructions in here on how to do this. So we're gonna pull that out, use the Torx, and I'll show you real quick and then we'll do it. Right here, these new Gladiators have the Torx head right in there. It's T50. We're gonna loosen that. I'm actually gonna find something, probably a Quadratech magnet, hoping that this is steel. We'll find out in a second. To stay there and kind of block it. That's usually what I use when I take those off, and I'll probably never put them back on. So here's a little toolkit I'll be using. The only thing I'm adding from the Jeep doesn't give you is, throw this out, a little shout out to Quadratech, I guess. I'm gonna use that. It will work because the columns are still steel in the vehicle. The doors are of course aluminum, so they won't work with the magnet. But you'll notice there's good directions actually. They're not bad, little visual directions. So I'm not gonna focus too much on the directions. Pretty easy. They do have these door retainers that we didn't previously have in previous Jeeps, so that's a new thing. Of course, we still have the strap and the panel here. Deviating from the directions, the directions tell you to take this off first. I'm putting it back in because I want to close the door fully while I'm taking the strap off, and I noticed that this floats. So I actually put that in just kind of hand tight, and we'll work on the outside of the vehicle, and then we'll come back and take that off. Okay, so here's my setup here. Quadratech thing is basically just to make it so I don't slip and mess up the paint. So, and basically this is a T50, as I mentioned before, comes in the kit. So basically we're just gonna put this right here and we're gonna remove. Let's speed through this. Go ahead and subscribe today. Thank you. All right, as noted, this is a 40 Torx. It's already loose. I just kind of finger tighten it back in there. I recommend this go second now. I'll tell you if there's any issues with that, but just seems like it was making it harder than it had to be, and we were kind of risking scratching around there and stuff. So I'm just gonna pull off this panel right here. It's got a little thing to anchor it, and you have to carefully, I'm probably got to set this on the tripod, carefully, if you can really see this, you need to reach up under here and disconnect your wiring, which is pretty easy. There's just a little indent on the back here that you push down and pull the wiring down, and then here is a hook that we're going to lift this off of. I'm going to do that very carefully with both hands and go off camera, and then we'll just pick the door up. I'll set up the tripod and show you that. Doors are supposed to be pretty light, so we'll see how that is. Okay, so we've got the electronics disconnected, the little door retainer all off, and basically all you got to do is kind of pick this up and lift it off now. And voila, you'll see it's off. The door's a lot lighter than my JKU. Do a quick check in the front. It's the same thing. There's a panel here. I think you can see that okay. There's a panel right here. And we pull that off. It's the same deal. The wiring is definitely different. It's got a different style red thing on the front. I'll take a picture of that real quick. Snag with the magnet. It just falls off because this is all aluminum here. So I'm gonna use a little masking tape and stick it up there just to protect the paint while I'm taking these off. So we'll do that and get them off. So here's what I'm doing to protect the paint. Just taping a magnet on there. It doesn't really matter, but everything's aluminum, so we'll have that on there to protect the paint and get this done. So basically, same thing as before. It's a T50, Torx 50. Just gonna put it on here and loosen. All right, so on the front doors, they've got this a little more involved one. I've actually already flipped this red one up. So you flip that up, and then down here is a little tab. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see this, but I can push that down, and at the same time, that releases tension on here, and I can flip that up. And then I should be able to just kind of push that down and pull it out. And so that gets pulled out, and so the wiring's disconnected. The last thing I'll do is actually remove that strap because I don't want it flying up and hitting my cowl or anything. So next thing I'm gonna do is a T40 here and get that off of there, and then lift the door out. Okay, so I got the little T40. I'm gonna go ahead and remove this bolt here. It's very tight. I'll put the bolt back in the hole. We'll disconnect the strap down here, and we'll lift this off and set it in the garage for now. And more or less just kind of grab it and pull up. Maybe this one's stuck. This top one, there we go. Already have some corrosion and dirt in there, so it doesn't take long. I've only had this for like 5-6 months. One thing I didn't already mention is that these, I'm going to be replacing the factory ones with Delrin ones. All right, let's go ahead and put all of these door hinge bolts in this little panel under the seat here. We'll kind of figure out where they go. You can see the top one's already in there. This actually shows you doors on this side. I got a bunch of crap shoved in here, but you get the idea. So here's the tools I'm going to be using. The 8 hinges there, and the tool that comes with it, the silver thing here. There's like a punch. What we'll have to do is take, there's a flathead up there, we'll use that and try to sort of separate it from the actual hinge, and then we'll tap it from the bottom out. These are actually swaged inside, it's called. You see how there's a little kind of separator there? What we're going to try to do is work that away from the door hinge, and then we're going to pound up from the bottom with the provided tool. So stick a screwdriver in there and kind of separate it so get it moving. I might spray a little silicone in there too, just to kind of get it moving. So I'm spraying just a little shot of this silicone in here, just to kind of get it moving. I don't think it'll be a problem since it's relatively new. I know my old Jeep, I waited several years to do this and it was a little bit of trouble. So your mileage may vary as always. All right, so I'm just gonna put a little bit of masking tape on here just in case I get a little crazy. So we're just going to give this a whack. I'm going to kind of use the broad side just to be careful around the paint, even though I've got those guards on there. And then kind of have to balance it out. And that pulls out. So that's what the stock one looks like. I basically just collapsed both sides of the top. You see it's got that sort of cut in it. I'm going to clean that up a little bit, and then we'll get the Delrin liner in. All right, back up to the front here. We touched up around here, and all we got to do is get this in now. So odds are you'll be able to just slide it on there and push it down with your thumb. Here on the back driver's side, just finishing up. I'd already touched this up, already did all the other stuff. I'm just going to go ahead and push this in. Notice a couple of them are tighter than others, but basically you just push them in there by hand and they go in. Like I said, if they got too loose or too tight, you could put a little silicone on them if we needed to. Jpeggz or Jpeggz kit that came in, it comes with basically two, they're actually facing down, you'll see that, but 2 mirror heads, 2 of the posts, and then some door hardware and T50 and some instructions. So we'll go ahead and put those together, get them on there. I think they're pretty self-explanatory, but we'll go ahead and do it real quick, and then we'll drive around and see what they feel like and how stable they are. Okay, now that the Delrin door hinge liners are all installed, we're going to go ahead and put these Jpeggz in. Nothing really to it. They come with 4, so 2 for each side, little bolts, and they actually come up from the bottom. So you kind of have to just get it here and line it up. There's a little alignment peg on the outside, which I'll take a picture of so you can see it. And you kind of have to find the sweet spot and then get them in there. It actually comes with a T50 for you, and these go down from the top. So you can kind of see it and walk around. That little alignment pin I was talking about is right here. It's got some coating on it so it doesn't scratch things up, and it actually helps align that and keep it in place. hoping that it's going to keep this from moving. Of course, I'm going to tighten that down, and then we'll drive around and see how it does. So stay tuned for that. Here's these Jpeggz on the road. I'm going about 25, 30 miles an hour, and they're holding up great. They don't seem to move around very convenient. They do have a peg down here. I don't know if I actually use that much stick shift, but pretty cool. They seem pretty good. The convex mirror takes a little getting used to, but I can see everything great, and I can see the other one there, so pretty cool.
Thanks for watching from Team JTR.Spartacus. Go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button today. See you on the trails.